back to another EU Made Simple live stream. Lambertus, how are you doing?
I am great, Elliot. I love that deep voice of yours, man. That's a great introduction.
Well, you're beginning with flattery, so now I'm blushing as well.
Yeah.
What are we going to be doing today? Because there's already 100 people in here. What are we going to be doing tonight?
Well, I mean, if you've been living under a rock and don't know, basically Zelenskyy is back in Washington, D.C., which is quite surprising considering how well the first time went. But so he's back in Washington, D.C. to meet President Trump as a follow-up from President Trump's meeting with Putin on Friday evening.
Yep.
And he's not alone, Elliot. He's brought the cavalry. I've already said it in the chat, but he's brought. Right. I mean, help me out here. Who's he brought? Like a whole list of people.
Well, I definitely saw Macron's going to be there. We just 5 minutes ago we saw Maloney enter. Mark Rutte, obviously, NATO Secretary General is there. Who else? Merz was coming as well, right?
Yeah, Merz is coming. Ursula von der Leyen, of course.
It's everyone, every single person that has any sort of credibility in the European Union. Well, I mean, depending on who you ask, is coming.
Or if they can play golf well.
Yeah, because who are you referring to? For those that don't know,
the Finnish president is also there, Alexander Stubb.
Right.
Stubb.
Yeah.
Can't really pronounce him well, but apparently Trump had such a good day out with him at golf that he's also there today to talk about Ukraine and so on.
Well, here you go. Either you're worth something politically, or you're a good golfer. So then you get a seat at the table.
Yeah. Elliot, people can see the stream already, right?
I can. No, well, no, not now, but now they can. Yeah, there's nothing really happening, so I thought I'd just put it on our faces instead.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, we might as well look at the stream so that we know when someone's coming in.
True.
If you want.
Yeah. So what happened on Friday? I guess that's our starting point here. Trump had a meeting with Putin, and we all. I mean, I guess most of us saw the footage on that unfolding on the tarmac and the beast and the press conference. And any thoughts on what you saw last Friday?
Well, it was from start to finish. It was a real. Elegant. It was like a big estate visit. You know, it wasn't the first time Zelenskyy came to Washington. It was just a normal arrive at the White House, go in there and get destroyed. Pretty much is what happened. But in the contrary, when Putin came to Alaska, so they met in Alaska, the red carpet was rolled out. Trump was clapping. They even had a flyover with a bomber, and it was, I don't know, it was a stark contrast in how Zelenskyy was received. I mean. What do you think?
No, it's I don't know. When thinking about it, actually, I hadn't really even thought to compare it to how Zelenskyy was, greeted when he came to Washington for the first time. But you're totally right that there is a huge contrast between the two, and it felt like this is it was a strange way of trying to impress someone that I felt doesn't really need the flattering or the impressing, let's say. And then also did you see the mistimed photos of the soldiers then holding down the red carpet, and then it looks like they're kneeling for Putin coming out.
I know.
It's like one big optic pain.
Yeah.
But politically, what came out of it?
Well, I mean, maybe we'll know more today, right? But pretty much not much. So so maybe just to give you a flow of events for people that don't know. So then they got into the car together. So Trump has a limousine called the Beast, quite a big car, black car. They got in there together. So just Putin and Trump. And that was like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I don't know exactly how long it was, where no one knows what happened, right? It was just the two leaders. Hold that thought. Let's see who's coming. There's another car coming.
So coming in, we don't have.
It's Germany. It's Merz.
Can you turn on? Is there like any comments, or is it just?
Let's have a look. Let's see.
Ambient.
Then people can let us know if you can hear the stream for later.
Yeah, we have audio, but there's no real commentating, whatever. Oh, it's Merz. There he is.
It's Merz. Look how tall he is, man.
He is pretty tall, isn't he?
Yeah.
Do we have any? How tall is he actually? How tall?
It's not that size.
I know, like
198. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's tall, man. He's a tall man. Oh, crazy.
Okay, so he came in. We're still missing the man himself, right? Zelensky's not has not come through yet.
No, I think it'll probably be another 10, 15 minutes, or maybe even 20 minutes. So it's I think who are missing? We're missing Macron. That's it.
Yeah.
I think everyone else has arrived. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe we continue. So basically, what happened is then they got into the beast. The car with Trump, Putin, and Trump. No one knows what happened. And after that, there was visible that Trump looked a bit more drained, if you ask me, after that little car ride. I thought it was a bit weird. He looked a bit different before and after. So no idea what happened in the little drive. And yeah, and then they went into the meeting. And you tell me, Elliot, what came out of the meeting?
Well, you already spoiled it. It's nothing. There was some empty platitudes about there's been great progress has been made. Well, I'm not saying exactly what progress has been made, but trust me, it was a nice conversation. And in the end, it was, well, going to be talking with Zelensky now. And I think more telling was the tweets or the truths that came out afterwards. I think during the night for us, 3 a.m., there were tweets about, well, Zelensky is the person to stop this war, and it's been constantly back and forth about ceding territory, yes or no, about being allowed into NATO, yes or no. I mean, Trump is rather firm on that, saying quite firmly no. And yeah, it's now really now we're going to see what Zelensky is going to say. I mean, we have a few donations as well that I feel like we should going over.
Yeah. Maybe one last comment on the Friday's meeting before we go to look at the donations, which of course, thank you very much, everyone, is what I also thought was interesting is Trump was banging on about ceasefire all week last week.
Yes.
Yeah. Even talk with the European leaders, like, oh, I'm going in there for a ceasefire. I will know within 2 minutes if I'm going to get a ceasefire. Everything ceasefire.
Yeah, ceasefire.
Guess how many times he mentioned ceasefire in the press conference after Friday?
Wait, there's a statistic about this. On the press conference, I would say he mentioned ceasefire. How long did he take? Not that long, right?
He talked 4 minutes and Putin 8, by the way. So
yeah, not long. Okay, I'm gonna say like 10 ceasefires. He said
0.
What? 0?
Yeah, he didn't mention. This is the crazy thing. So before the whole week, ceasefire was his biggest objective, and then in the meeting in the press conference after meeting Putin, he didn't mention it once. It was as if it's disappeared.
It changed. I mean, and he also kept, reminding everyone how he would know within, 2-3 minutes if this would be like serious or if he could get a ceasefire, yes or no. And I mean, he didn't walk out. So then, assuming Trump is the master negotiator,
right?
There must be a ceasefire deal somehow, some way, but we just didn't hear anything. So it's very difficult to judge about what came out. So let's turn to our few super chats. Thank you very much, Nico, a friend of the channel, longtime supporter already. He gave us €5 saying, "Glory to Ukraine, down with Trump, long live the EU. Putin wants war. Trump wants a piece of paper to flex. Europe wants peace and democracy." 11 people like that, so quite a few people in chat agree. And then one more time, €5. Thank you, Nico. Trump is talking only with dictators and war criminals. He hates democracy. He's trying to turn the US to a true autocracy or a neo-Putin nation. Quite inflammatory words there by a long-time supporter. And then Andy also donated €5. Thank you very much. "I wish somebody from the journalists would ask the EU leaders, Meloni, Merz, Macron, or Ursula, if they plan to federate to escape Russia."
Interesting, Andy. Interesting.
Yeah. No one's really. I saw a very dumb post on a subreddit not too long ago that said leak. Ursula von der Leyen apparently discussed federalization as a tool to kind of get out of the difficult situation, but this is just some guy who typed this out in the subreddit. So probably not true, but it's a funny thought.
I don't think von der Leyen is a massive federalist, to be honest. I mean, she's talked about reform a little bit, but I'm almost thinking it was to keep part of her coalition happy. And reform has not been on the table. So EU reform, for anyone who doesn't know, it's treaty change, making maybe the EU a bit more integrated in certain aspects, maybe even federalized.
Yeah,
it's dead at the moment. There's not a lot happening.
No, I mean, the one indicator of reform and treaty change, that's always the one that's been kind of in the air for the past, was it like 2 or 3 years now? and nothing's being done with it. So if nothing's being done with that, then
Elliot, we created a video on it when we were tiny. We're like 50,000 subscribers or EUMS.
right.
And we created a video about EU reform and what was discussed in the parliament. And ever since it left the parliament, the reform, it died in the council, or at least it's still there.
No, so well, yeah, it's still there. Officially, it hasn't died officially, but I guess the timing is something that they don't want to try and do now. It's always sad, but it's always a very emotional topic for us, isn't it? A treaty change, especially because it's been a topic for so long.
I don't hide, right? This channel will not hide its opinion that the EU is good, but we need to make it a lot better, and it requires treaty change.
Yeah. So we have a few more donations. Dan I can't see the full Schravend. I can't see the full last name. He asks with €6, can we expect a future video discussing the potential of center-right pan-European movements? I think that's a question more for you.
So we did a video. Thank you, Dan, for your donation. We did a video on that there's a gap in the market, or a gap in the markets, more a gap in EU politics for a party that's more right-wing, but pro-EU. And pro-EU and pan-European, I know that's not really the same. Well, it's not the same at all, but but it's missing. And a pan-European right party is definitely missing, if you ask me. A video discussing it. Do you think there's a need, Elliot? Should we create a video on that?
Didn't we just recently recently, I think this is a month or two ago, a video on the missing part of the political spectrum, which I think is kind of hinting at what Dan just said.
You know, honestly, I kind of wish, I mean, this sounds a bit, going out there a little bit, but I kind of wish the ECR did more of that, right?
Right.
The ECR is obviously more to the right than center-right, but it's not as far right as the Patriots and the Sovereignists. And they're more pro-European as the Sovereignists and we got another one, as the Sovereignists and the Patriots. So I wish they would move in that space, but they haven't. Hey, Macron!
Last to arrive to the party, yeah? Except for Zelenskyy.
Fashionably late, huh?
Yeah. Like all French people.
All right. Well, that was quick.
Yeah, that was rather quick. So, all right. Well, I mean,
so quick answer is yes. I like the topic. There probably will be more videos about this, Dan.
Yeah. Wilsonian donated IDR, and I have to Google this. IDR is, I believe, Indonesian rupiahs. 10,000 Indonesian rupiahs, and he doesn't have a message with it, but thank you for the donation anyways. Andy with €2 once again donate. Thank you very much. We need voices in the streets that shout for it. I guess talking about EU reform. And then Nico one more time with another donation. Nico, thank you very much. It is actually crazy how much of you been supporting us. So that's very flattering. Sorry for my harsh words, but I am mad with this nutcase, especially since Greeks still support Russia. Trump, probably bots, but still 3.5 years.
Yeah. So let's move on from. Thank you everyone for your donations, but let's move on from federalism. That's something we can maybe discuss at the end of this video. Let's get back to what's happening today. And actually, Elliot, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to Friday evening. So Friday evening happened. Not much came out of it. Ceasefire wasn't mentioned. Obviously, there was a bit of outrage everywhere, a little bit, even in America, in the United States, where they were like, "Well, Trump, you didn't really get anything out of the meeting," and same in Europe and everything, and. Now, of course, this meeting is happening. And I really want to show you, Elliot, I want to show you this post on Truth Social. So I'm going to share this. Ooh. So Truth Social is what Trump uses.
Why haven't we made an account there yet?
Oh, man. Oh, that's painful, dude. It's painful. I literally I'm on Truth Social just to see what Trump's up to. And here, let me read this for you. This is Trump a couple hours ago, I think, right? 18th. Yep. Yeah, a couple hours ago. Trump. I've settled 6 wars in 6 months, one of them possible nuclear disaster. And yet I have to read and listen to Wall Street Journal and many other who truly don't have a clue. Tell me everything that I'm doing is wrong on the Russia-Ukraine mess. That is Sleepy Joe Biden's war, not mine. I'm only here to stop it, not to prosecute it any further. It would never have happened if I was president. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I don't need advice of people who have been working on all of these conflicts for years, and we're never able to do a thing to stop them. They are stupid people with no common sense, intelligence, or understanding, and they only make the current Russia-Ukraine disaster more difficult to fix. Despite of all my lightweight and very jealous critics, I'll get it done. I always do. President DJT.
DJT. Wow.
He seems frustrated.
It does, but it's so difficult. It's mind reading of a president is always difficult, but then Donald Trump is also, I would say, maybe not the easiest mind to read. It could be all over the place. But it does sound like he's frustrated, but always frustrated with, well, in my opinion, the wrong party here. He's wrong at the people saying he didn't really get much out of it. But I would say be frustrated at Russia and or Putin. Like he has, he has truthed out a few times that he was angry and he set deadlines, and nothing really happened because of it, or after it, I should say. So yeah, he's angry at the liberals, at Joe Biden. Obviously, I mean that's kind of becoming a meme at our channel at this point. Where how many times can Donald Trump say Joe Biden in a press conference? But yeah, be angry at Putin is what I would tell him. He's being rather difficult.
Yeah, I see that too. And I also want to show you this. So anyone watching, don't you love this?
The war would have never happened if Trump was president. Yeah, they agreed. See?
Yeah, this is actually what Putin said on Friday. Putin is, I hate the guy, obviously, but he is clever, isn't he? He just like says in the press conference, this war wouldn't have happened if Trump was president. And obviously, Trump ate it up.
Yeah, because he's been saying it himself, and Putin knows. Well, I mean, if I say something that agrees with him, it's gonna get parroted even louder. So yeah, very smart. I mean, I think most politicians that actually have a career in politics know how to play Trump a little bit, even though it doesn't look pretty sometimes. I mean, referring to Mark
crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. And then there's lots more Democratic hate. Let's go back to the actual video.
Yeah.
I hope we didn't miss anything.
It's Sebastian Grunfeld says, as an interesting comment, and sometimes I feel like it can be just that simple. Sebastian says he really wants that Nobel Peace Prize like Obama did, and I feel like there is actually probably a source of truth in that, because that Nobel Peace Prize has become such a focus point for some reason, but I don't know.
It has. It really, really has. I mean, the other, and I'm going to ask the chat this actually. Let's get the chat involved on this. Do you think, Elliot, that Putin has dirt on Trump? Because that's some of the speculation going around right now.
Yeah, it's been going on for quite a while now. Since like even since his first term, there's been thoughts that there was some dirt on him. But I always thought this was a meme, and it wasn't really. But like in moments like this in the past few weeks, I really start doubting that it is a meme. That actually there is something that, I don't know. Are I mean, excuse my vulgarity, but the leaks or the tapes about with Trump and what's her name, Stormy Daniels, are they there? Do the Russians have them? I mean, like at this point, I'm open for any conspiracy theory, because sometimes it really doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. I mean, there's no proof, obviously, of anything, but he's also, I know during his business issues that he's had in like the 2000s and the 90s, I read something that the Russians helped him out a lot, and that he also was in Russia quite a bit. And I don't know, there's all of this is rumor mill completely, but that he was maybe in one of the hotels and got filmed of doing something dirty. That's the rumor deal. That's the rumor mill.
Yeah. I mean, there was money. I mean, in the Stormy Daniels case, she was paid like hush money illegally, and he was convicted for that. So I mean, it's not always everything is above board. I mean, we know with Donald Trump anyways, and some people are mentioning it too. I forgot about that, but the entire Epstein thing has been such a thorn in his side. I mean, it's kind of the right-wing movement in America has been kind of really eating him alive for this, because Trump doesn't want to talk about Epstein anymore. No files, actually, they never existed. We don't want to go into it. Please move on to a different subject. So maybe that's something to do with it as well. You just pull up a bunch of smoke mirrors or smoke screens, and hope it goes away.
I think you make a very, very good point. I think it is great to get eyes of Epstein. Yeah, to switch the topic. So yeah, and I think someone mentioned the comments minerals. He's obviously very interested. I think Trump really sees Russia as a very, very powerful country, even though the GDP is the same as Spain. Nothing against Spain, but Spain is significantly smaller. And likes the oil there, likes the idea of the minerals, and I don't know, and almost is intrigued by Putin, right? Also,
Yeah, I
maybe
would say
yeah.
more that part, more that last part. I would say. I mean, minerals maybe sure, but I feel like more maybe the strong man character that Putin has, right, with his macho pictures on the bareback riding on a horse and big muscles, even though he's been using Botox since I don't know 30 years, 20 years now. It doesn't matter. This image I think Trump really likes of a strong leader, and that's why he's so interested. That's my take on that, obviously.
No, I think it's a fair take. So just a quick update for anyone that's new on the stream. So basically what we're watching the leaders arrive for a meeting with Trump.
Yeah.
And we're just literally waiting for Zelenskyy at the moment. And the first thing that's going to happen is that Zelenskyy and Trump are going to have an Oval Office moment. So again, to repeat it, 6 months ago, this did not go well for Zelenskyy. And let's see how it goes today. Just the two of them. And then afterwards, they're going to have a behind doors meeting with all the European leaders. Before then, I think maybe there's going to be another press conference. We don't know.
Yeah, but do we have any indication of how long the meeting is going to last between the European leaders, Trump and Zelenskyy?
So I know the official time for the Zelenskyy meeting with Trump is 20 minutes or 15 minutes even. I'm not quite sure. But normally these meetings go longer because Trump loves the spotlight. And who knows? Maybe it's going to explode like last time. Then go ahead. Sorry.
Go. I interrupted. Go ahead.
Yeah, the offline meeting, I've got no idea. So we'll probably we'll see what happens after the meeting, and then might close the stream for a bit, and then just we'll see. But I think the Trump-Zelenskyy one is most interesting, which we're
because we're like, I mean, at least I think most of us are hoping that we don't see a repeat of those months ago, where I feel like everyone does remember how he was attacked. Zelenskyy was attacked during that Trump meeting. And it really felt painful. And I feel like that was kind of a shocking moment for most people, especially in Europe and in Ukraine, of how a leader like Zelenskyy, who's been treated with respect, frankly, nothing but respect throughout the entire world. Well, the entire world, I say, most of the world. And then going into a the Oval Office meeting and then being burned to the ground like that, that was, I mean, not good, to give an expert take on it. Not good.
Yeah, I know. That was insane. And just here, John128 just wrote, apparently Vance will be in the Oval Office. And for those that remember, it was Vance that literally made the thing explode 6 months ago.
Yeah. Is he there?
Yeah, he is. John128 said it in the chat. So let's see if he's there.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Oh, right. Yeah, John says, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yes. Sorry about this, guys. Predictions. Oh, yeah, there's two things. Oh, I'm getting excited now. Two things we need to predict. So, Elliot, you're first. First thing is, what is Zelenskyy going to wear? And you need to do that quickly before Zelenskyy arrives. And then I'll ask you. Yeah, let's do that first. You think he's going to wear a suit?
No. He's made it such a point. He's not going to do it this time.
Okay. So let's. So I'm going to make this a poll. Is Zelenskyy wearing a suit?
It's a good question. I hadn't even thought of that. The entire you're not even wearing a suit meme. It would be, go. Yeah. So that's what do you think?
I don't think he's going to wear a suit. No, but maybe he might be a bit more dressed up than last time. Maybe I'm not sure. Hard. No, I'm going to go with no. Man.
Yeah, same. Military clothes as always, or some sort of fatigues. And the second one.
Okay, so second question. Where are we going to be in half an hour? Do you think the meeting will okay, two parts. Will the meeting explode? Yes or no? Will there be a outcome?
I think it's not going to explode. I feel like the first time it happened, it was a strategically timed and like pre-coordinated thing. I think now there is no reason to do it. If he does it, then it's already going to be negative. So I'm going to say no explosion, and the outcome overall is going to be, when it comes to this, I'm kind of like nothing ever happens. They're gonna talk again, and we're gonna get the same conclusions as always. Ukraine. Trump says Ukraine, you gotta cede some territory, and Ukraine says, no, we're not going to do that. And then Trump kind of goes quiet, and then that's going to be the end of it. I'm going to say there's going to be almost no development. That's going to be my prediction.
Okay, interesting. I'm going to ask the audience again too.
Yeah.
1 second. I think to answer the same question, I don't think there's going to be an explosion either. But I also think that's mainly because Zelenskyy isn't alone. I think he'll be a lot more confident in this meeting.
Yeah, right. That is a good point. Yeah, so he has a lot of European leaders at his back that are all very favorable towards him.
Yeah.
And that kind of ties in with the not exploding part, where he's not here alone. Trump, all of his allies are now in a room together, and then to do that, or like to do that before going into that room together, I think even he understands that that's not a very good negotiation tactic.
No, I think so too. Elliot, you can still hear me, right? I'm having some internet issues. I hope you can still hear me okay.
No, I can hear you okay. I think the stream can as well.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah, okay. So I think anytime now Zelenskyy is going to arrive. The interesting thing, though, is that Trump, again, I keep going back to this, but Trump did say yesterday, was in a meeting or some sort, or a press conference, I'm not sure. He did mention that that Zelenskyy can finish the war instantly if he wanted to.
Yeah.
And that kind of gives me a bad feeling again. But let's see.
It does. I just remembered that we forgot to give a shout out to Robert Gabriel, who donated 25 RON, which I believe is the Romanian currency, not euros yet. Maybe one day soon. And Mr. Nico donated as well. I forgot the prediction segment EUMS made. So thank you for reminding us. I always want to give the people that do that super chat a shout out, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. Thank you so much for everyone that does. It really does help us out. We are literally one of the biggest fundings that we have is you guys. So all the Patreons and the money and all that, the tips, is highly appreciated, really. Yeah, and even those annoying ads you have to watch on YouTube, I know it's annoying, but they help us. Yeah.
There was some buffering of the screen, but it should be gone. I had the same buffering because you were sharing the stream. On my end, everything looks good. I hope that people can still hear and see this live stream.
Yeah, so we're just waiting from my end. For me, everything works.
Yeah. It would be annoying to go into technical difficulties right before Zelenskyy arrives. People generally also think that it's going to be a no for the explosion.
Okay.
Luckily.
Okay, let me ask an interesting poll for the group. Should Zelenskyy
stream is not loading, people say, for some reason.
Stream is a bit laggy.
Let me see. I'm checking on my phone. Seems to be working okay.
Yeah, mine seems to be working fine too. It would be a shame because it's like the most important part.
All the people are saying stream is normal. Well, I don't know.
Okay, cool. So, Elliot, while we're waiting, let's. I'm going to put you on the spot here. What do you think? If you look long run, how do you think this conflict's going to finish?
Well, it's going to really depend on. This meeting could be a very large part of it. Looking at it now, because Donald Trump is going to be the president for another 3.5 years, basically, right? Excuse me. It's gonna probably turn into some frozen conflict, where I think at some point Russia, the amount of bodies and the amount of equipment that is being expended every single day is going to be at some point is going to be so big that the few kilometers that they gain from it is not going to be worth it anymore. Same goes for Ukraine, where at some point, if Donald Trump stops any support, which he has said in the past that he doesn't want to send any equipment anymore, Ukraine is going to have to pay for everything. If that stops, really, if the US's help stops, it's going to be two sides that really can't go anywhere, and it's going to turn into some frozen conflict where there's official borders and there's de facto borders, and those borders are the front line right now, where it's gonna stay like that. And then down the line, depending on what European leaders do, what next the US president does, I see like if that is the case, that the borders freeze up, the conflict is going to light up again in a few years. So there's no really how would you call it, a just peace. There's no just peace. There's no secure peace where both sides can really sit down and be happy with it, what it's going to be. So yeah, quite pessimistic outlook.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, this is also related to Plazio's question in the chat, giving territory to Russia, right? The biggest issue here is that if Ukraine were to give the Donbass to Russia, it's not just about all the territory they'd lose, but they'd also lose key defensive positions.
Yeah.
Right. So they've probably like dug or create such crazy defense lines in the Donbass, the part that they have left, that, if they gave that to Russia, then those defensive positions be lost. And then literally a year later, they could invade again in a position where there's no defensive lines. So it could actually help Russia take more of Ukraine.
There's so many different aspects of what you could look at it, like that losing land is a very bad thing for Ukraine. And it's all like, it almost makes sense to just keep fighting, because accepting and losing that land is like you don't get anything out of it. And it's from, still tens or I think hundreds of thousands of people still live there. It used to be Ukrainian citizens. There's resources there. I mean, it's just the very fact that, giving up land to an aggressor that actually annexes the land as well sets such a dangerous precedent where, I mean, okay, sure. So Putin, you fought for 3 years. Congratulations, have this land and be done with it, right? So, like, you don't want to, at least in my opinion, you don't want to encourage that behavior, let's say. And that's kind of what's happening when you say, give him his land, it's fine, for just to have peace now and then have war again in another year or 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm refreshing for the stream, guys. It's okay.
Yeah, hopefully it works. There were quite a few. Yeah, people are chatting away. Very good. Remember to tag us with at EUMS if you wanna ask us a question, and as always, super chats get priority. So we can't answer all of your questions, but we try.
The stream is down at the moment, but it's not
maybe
us. It's not.
Maybe you can try a different one. There we go. But this one has
some guy talking. Yeah.
Hopefully it's just a.
Here, what about this? Times News. There we go. We got another one. Perfect. Yeah, no, I see it the same way.
So when people are saying lag of the stream, is it lag of the live stream that we're watching, or is it our live stream that's lagging? Because now I'm getting confused.
The stream is dead. So the stream seems to be dead.
Oh, for God's sake. It's that it just says it's here. No drop frames. Quality is good. I have no issues on my side. Why is there? I'll be honest.
I'm back now. I'm back, I think.
I can't really do anything on my end. Everything is green. Excellent connection.
Yeah, same here. Excellent connection.
Well,
can you hear us?
Great.
Can people hear us? Ik heb alles uitgedaan, maar ja.
Ja, nee, weird.
Er is iets fout met mijn kant. Ja.
Why does everything work on our end and it doesn't work for the live stream?
Oh. It works. So they're saying it works.
YouTube in general seems to suffer right now. I have lags here even when typing.
Yeah, there's something going on.
But it's just weird when when 10 people at the same time say that the stream went down. We saw a drop in numbers as well. So
can you see something, chat? Can you see? You can hear, or can you see?
Yeah, I guess people can hear. It honestly might be a YouTube thing, like out of our control.
Okay, let's have a look. Okay, now I think it's slowly coming back, but I don't think it's us, Elliot, to be honest.
Russian interference.
Russian interference.
Our live stream is being DDoSed, guys. Donate so that we can buy a DDoS-free network.
we lost everyone watching. Oh well, time to have another drink.
Yeah, time to have another beer. Oh goddamn! We're lucky that Zelenskyy isn't here.
Oh man, Oh, Leza, we're trying to, Matt. We're trying to. We're
Um,
trying to. I don't think it's us, to be honest.
I can try to restart it.
Let's restart it. Yeah.
For
Oh,
me,
wait. Video and
video and
audio
audio
have
returned.
Yeah, let's restart it before we miss the most important part. No, I can see here perfectly. It's YouTube. No, let's wait then. YouTube has problems. I think.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. And then we'll get a like 2 parts uploaded as well to our live stream tab. It's annoying. Well, great timing, YouTube. I think everyone's watching this meeting, so YouTube is having bandwidth issues. Like really, I mean, I can let me check my. No, if I had issues with internet, it should be telling me that I'm dropping
My
frames.
internet's fine. Everything's running fine. It's just the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky. Well, that's great for our. I mean, maybe that's why we've seen the buffering as well on these live streams, because we're also watching on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Other streams are having problems too. Only chat works. Well, great.
Okay. Cool. So while we're all waiting, I mean, should we try to Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's just wait.
Let's give it like another few minutes, see if it works. People come back.
Yeah, it's a Russian issue.
Some other streams are having problems, but not all. Seems like we've been selected to save on bandwidth.
I think it is, Elliot. It happened when I asked you the question about how will the war end. I think the Russian bots did not like your answer.
They don't. Damn.
Okay, but
CIA.
No streams on YouTube is working. Okay.
Well, that is very, very strange. Yeah, it's on my phone. It's buffering now too.
Yes, I know the farming scandal. Actually, you know what? While we're waiting and trying to get this, okay, now my stream is down. Okay.
Yeah, you can see the same thing. The one that we're watching is also down. Oh, and now it's back again. I'm gonna check. Is YouTube down? There's a peak of
Nicholas, thank you for. I'm just going to answer some questions in the chat while you're figuring it out, Elliot. Yes, the Greek farming scandal is on our list. Everyone that wants to see it, upvote this comment and let's see how many we can get. The problem is we only have a small team, so we have to be very selective with our topics.
Yeah.
And then here's Craig guy. Do you think Europe could make Ukraine win without the US with enough time, or would Russia overwhelm them? I mean, this is a very good question, right? But I think there's some critical things that the US delivers to Ukraine in terms of intelligence, in terms of weapons, but mainly intel, if you ask me, that we just can't replace. So that's why I think all the European leaders are like stalling and like trying to keep Trump on board as long as they can, while trying to rearm themselves and, you know, be able to take that void from the States. Yeah, great timing. Ukraine's coming in.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, that's very annoying. But I saw people saying in chat that Zelenskyy is wearing a suit.
Really?
Yeah, they confirmed it through like a article somewhere.
Zelensky's wearing.
Is he?
I can't see it yet. I don't think he is.
That does not look like a suit.
No.
Maybe if he takes it off, it's just his jacket.
It doesn't look, you know, it's not a suit, but it's a lot more formal than it was before.
Yeah. I wonder if don't beat yourselves down, guys. This might be a historical DDoS attack. Does it work for people in NA? YouTube is dead. I mean, it coincided with we lost about 400 people viewing, so I think it's not really our issue.
It's strange, isn't it? And even the Times one, only 800 people watching. Weren't there more before? It's crazy.
Just as he arrives as well.
Back to TV, lol. What can we do, Elliot?
If it's YouTube, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
I guess just kind of it worked for some people and doesn't for others.
Yeah.
All live streams and normal videos for them down. It was bad for me.
Let's just, Elliot, all we can do is we just need to continue like it's running fine.
Yeah, we'll continue, and then hopefully the issue resolves itself, or not itself. People at YouTube start working on it, because on our end, literally the only thing that I could try and do is restart the live stream, but that I'm like 90% sure it's not going to do anything.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Okay. So let's refresh and restart. So basically, what happened now? Everyone is in the White House in Washington. So that includes all the European leaders. Very quickly, that's Macron, it's Merz, it's Stubb from Finland, it's Meloni, and we have Ursula von der Leyen and Keir Starmer. Can't forget the British.
Don't forget the British.
And of course, the most important people are, most important, I wouldn't say that, but the people with the most focus will be Trump and Zelensky. Zelensky just arrived, and he wasn't wearing a suit, I think, Elliot. I think it was more of a mix between suit and military clothes, I guess, right?
It was a little bit more formal, I guess. But it wasn't the military fatigues that we're used to with him, but it was a little bit more dressed up, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And now they're in the White House, and soon I'm pretty sure that the camera will switch to both Trump and Zelensky in the hot seats, and they're going to have a redo of the Oval Office meeting.
Yeah, and then we could turn on the audio as well, I guess. I mean, I assume that there's going to be some audio, right?
Yeah, there will be audio. I mean, that's the whole reason we're doing this live stream.
I mean, we could just look at interesting people coming into a door. I mean, I like talking to you as well, Lambertus. We should start a podcast for EU Made Simple.
You know, the funny thing is, Elliot, the people probably didn't leave because of the stream shutting down. They're probably just getting tired of our chatting.
Yeah, they're tired of us trying to fill this space between Zelensky arriving and the actual meeting happening.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, don't you think? Let's just rewind a little bit. Don't you think this whole suit thing is just absolutely ridiculous?
Yeah, I like. This is the thing that I think. If there is a topic in the world that I, if I was a world leader, couldn't care about less, then it would be this. Yeah. I mean, as long as you're not wearing, shorts and I don't know, some sort of funny T-shirt, I feel like most clothing should be okay, especially if your country is being invaded. So yeah, not wearing a suit is one of the most overblown, like, American talking points ever. I really don't understand. Maybe this is something more logical in the US, but I feel like most people that I spoke to in the US also didn't like how that was handled at all.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I think it's very. I thought it was really disrespectful. So like I was actually quite. I felt so bad for him because, like, literally his country's at war and he's trying to show solidarity with his country. At least visually, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And okay, they're in the. Let's turn on. They're in the.
Yeah. Well, then people
in the Oval Office
afterwards. It looks very similar. No, it's not a suit. It's the same outfit as last time.
Yeah, you're right.
The audio of the video quality. Oh, is it loud enough?
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor.
It's not very loud, is it?
To have the president of Ukraine with us. We've had a lot of good
discussions,
a lot of good talks, and I think progress is being made. Very, very substantial progress in many ways. We had a good meeting, as you know, just a short while ago with the president of Russia, and I think there's a possibility that something could come out of it. And today's meeting is very important. We have, I guess, the seven very powerful leaders from Europe, and we're going to be meeting with them right after this meeting. And thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. If I can, first of all, thank you for invitation, and thank you very much for your efforts, personal efforts to stop killings and stop this war. Thank you. And using this opportunity, many thanks to your wife, First Lady of the United States. She sent a letter to Putin about our children, abducted children, and my wife, First Lady of Ukraine. She gave the letter. It's not to you, to your wife.
Oh, I want it.
Yeah. So we are saying this sensitive topic,
Yeah, sorry, I have to interrupt. I'm not sure who can hear and see everything, but let me quickly explain. So he's literally spent the first minute thanking the states and everything. That was very. I mean, I think we know why, right?
Yeah, of course. And I like the inclusion of the the letter to Trump's wife. That was a nice gesture, I'd say.
Yeah.
Stream is fine. So by the way, stream health issues related. I really think most of European YouTube just went down, and the people that in the US are left. Those are the people watching.
Yeah, it did. I'm trying, like, while we're watching this, I'm trying other streams, and
yeah, and I see people with VPN switching to the United States, and it works as well. So
yeah,
rip us.
Damn it, man. Okay, anyway, let's continue.
And thanks to our partners and that you supported this.
It is kind of a suit.
For our meeting, we can have leaders who are around us.
It's fully black.
UK, France, Germany, Italy, Finland, EU, NATO. I mean, all partners around Ukraine supporting us. Thanks to them. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you very much for being here.
President Trump.
Do you think it's fair?
Yes, Peter, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. So, President Zelenskyy, you say in a post on X today, Russia must end this war, which it itself started. President Trump, you say President Zelenskyy of Ukraine can end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to. Which is it?
Yeah, I think that's true. I think we're going to have a meeting. I think if everything works out well today, we'll have a trilat. And I think there will be a reasonable chance of ending the war when we do that.
And is this the end of the road for American support for Ukraine? Is today's meeting deal or no deal?
Very important.
I can never say that. It's never the end of the road. People are being killed, and we want to stop that. So I would not say it's the end of the road. No, I think we have a good chance of doing it. It's been almost 4 years now that a lot of people were killed last week. A lot of people last week. I mean, millions of people killed, but a lot of people last week for whatever reason. A big number, a lot of soldiers, on both sides. And I know the president, I know myself, and I believe Vladimir Putin wants to see it ended.
And as you met with Putin.
That reporter, I'm agreeing with the chat, is really, really, really aggressive, isn't he? He's the same one with the suit. I remember his voice.
Yeah, me too. I thought it sounded familiar.
Yeah. And he's really trying to create a divide, isn't it? Crazy. Yeah.
On Friday, today you've got President Zelenskyy here. As you listen to Russia and Ukraine, which side has the better cards?
Well, I don't want to say that. I'm just here to be, look, this isn't my war. This is Joe Biden's war. He's the one that had a lot to do with this happening, and we want to get it ended. And we want it to end good for everybody. We want it to end good. The people of Ukraine have suffered incredibly.
And to that point, President Zelenskyy, are you prepared to keep sending Ukrainian troops to their deaths for another couple years, or are you going to agree to redraw the maps?
This questioning.
Thank you for your question. So, first of all, we live under each day attacks. That today have been a lot of attacks and a lot of wounded people, and the child was dead, small one year and a half. So we need to stop this war, to stop Russia, and we need support American and European partners, and we will do our best for this. So, and I think we show that we are strong people, and we supported the idea of the United States, of personally of President Trump, to stop this war, to make a diplomatic way of finishing this war, and we are ready for trilateral, as President said. This is a good signal about trilateral. I think this is very good. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Jeez, that reporter, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, rather annoying.
Yeah.
Quick comment. Someone asked, do we remove comments from our YouTube channels?
Never.
Never. No.
Never.
Really.
Never. Honestly, let's make it very clear. Thank you, Villa. You know it too well, but we never delete anything on YouTube. So if your comment gets deleted, it's so bad that YouTube deleted it. So it's kind of on you then. But yeah.
Yes, if the peace deal will be achieved, are you going to be willing to send American peacekeepers to Ukraine?
Well, we're going to work with Ukraine. We're going to work with everybody, and we're going to make sure that if there's peace, the peace is going to stay long-term. This is very long-term. We're not talking about a 2-year peace and then we end up in this mess again. We're going to make sure that everything's good. We'll work with Russia. We're going to work with Ukraine. And we're going to make sure it works. And I think if we can get to peace, it's going to work. I have no doubt about it.
Your team has talked about
Your team has talked about security guarantees. Could that involve U.S. troops? Would you rule that out in the future?
We'll let you know that maybe later today. We're meeting with 7 great leaders of great countries also, and we'll be talking about that. They'll all be involved, but there'll be a lot of help when it comes to security. There's going to be a lot of help. It's going to be good. They are first line of defense because they're there. They're Europe, but we're going to help them out also. We'll be involved.
Mr. President, Vladimir Putin mentioned that the war will not end without addressing the root causes of this war. Have you had an understanding what are the root causes of this war?
Well, look, the war is going to end. When it ends, I can't tell you, but the war is going to end, and this gentleman wants it to end, and Vladimir Putin wants it to end. I think the whole world is tired of it, and we're going to get it ended. It was, you know, I've done 6 wars. I've ended 6 wars, and I thought this maybe would be the easiest one, and it's not the easiest one. It's a tough one.
Yeah, no shit.
A lot of reasons for it, and they'll be talking about it for a long time, but they'll be talking about the others. Look, India, Pakistan, we're talking about big places. When you look at, you just take a look at some of these wars. You go to Africa and take a look at that. Rwanda and the Congo, Republic of the Congo. That's been going on for 31 years. And so we've done a total of 6, and we really have 6, not including the fact that we obliterated, and it turned out to be a total obliteration, the nuclear, as you said, the future nuclear capability of Iran. And this one, I think we're going to get solved also. I feel confident we're going to get it solved.
I'd like guarantees, sir, from my special envoy put forward.
Thank you, Mr. President. Can you tell us about your conversations with European leaders and what they need to see to support an end to the war?
Yeah, well, we're going to be meeting with a great representative group and 7 very powerful, very big countries and great people, all friends of mine and friends of yours. And we're going to have some suggestions made. They want to see peace. They would like to see peace.
President Russia, you said last
in
night
the red, in the red.
President Trump, do you think it's fair to, for Ukraine and for Russia to achieve a lasting and durable peace if Ukraine cedes its territories that Russia hasn't yet conquered? Do you think it's a fair peace for Ukraine?
We're going to have a lasting peace. Just to answer the first part of your question, we're going to have a lasting peace. I hope it's going to be immediately. I hope it doesn't have to go on. And I think people of the whole world is going to be very happy when that's announced.
You posted on social media, Mr. President, a very touching letter from the First Lady. And the letter was hand-delivered to President Putin. And it calls for an end to the war, essentially, because of the children and the children's future. Why did the First Lady feel that letter was necessary? Was it because she believes that Mr. Putin is the aggressor in the war? Is a similar letter being hand-delivered to President Zelenskyy?
So the First Lady felt very strongly. She's watched the same thing that you watch and that I watch. I see things that you don't get to see, and it's horrible. But when she's got a great love of children, she has a wonderful son that she loves, probably more than anybody, including me. I hate to say it, but she loves her son. She loves children, and she hates to see something like this happening. And that goes for other wars too. I mean, she sees the heartbreak, the parents, the funerals that you see on television. Always funerals. We want to see something other than funerals. No, she felt. It was a beautiful letter. It was very well received by him. And she did ask me to say, you know, she would love to see this end. She would love to see it end. And she says it very openly, very proudly, and with great sorrow because so many people have been killed.
What's your thoughts, Elliot?
Well, so far, I mean, some things point towards the right direction, but it's just always, it's going to have to be seen how he wants to do that. I mean, he's talking about lasting peace, obviously it's the thing that you need, but I like right now with his actions and the things that he said, I don't know if that's going to be very much successful. And I feel like he a bit too easy about this Ivanka comment. He's like, yeah, no, she cares about it, and that's it. Yeah. So not that much yet, but at some point things point towards the right direction. But I don't know.
He doesn't. To be fair, though, he doesn't look. Not at least not publicly. He doesn't look like he's out to destroy Zelenskyy. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's a lot more chill this time.
Yeah.
Mr. President, last week,
Brian,
Mr.
go ahead,
President.
Yes, sir, I've got a question for each of you.
Yes.
First of all, Mr. President Zelenskyy, you look fabulous in that suit.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, you look good.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, looks good on
I
you.
said to the one that attacked you last time. See, now he said, I remember that.
Yeah, I apologize to you. You look wonderful. No, my first question for you, President Zelenskyy.
In the same suit. You see, I changed, you are not.
Maybe yours is much better.
He's a comedian.
Real quickly, upon peace, God willing we get peace, are you open to holding an election in your country?
Yes, of course. We are open for election, yes. We have to do safety circumstances. And a little bit, we need to work in the parliament, because during the war you can't have elections, but we can do security. We need, we need a truth, yes, everywhere, in the battlefield, in the sky, in the sea, yeah, to make possible for people to do democratic, open, legal elections.
So you say
we're ready.
during the war you can't have elections. So let me just say 3.5 years from now. So you mean if we happen to be in a war with somebody, no more elections? Oh, that's good. I wonder what the fake
You like
news
this
is
idea?
Yeah.
I would laugh, but coming from Donald Trump, I'm not sure if I should be laughing.
No, I don't know if I should be laughing either. Jeez, man. I thought that was a very good answer from Zelenskyy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but this has been known. This has been known. But this is like one of those, Margaret. It's very popular in conservative circles where, Trump is a dictator and corrupt official who doesn't hold elections and takes all the money. But I mean, it's very clear. Organizing an election and securing the safety for your population during an election, during a war, is practically impossible. So that's why there's like so many examples of countries, democratic countries in the West, not holding elections during war. It's the question obviously was leading once again. He wanted to get a different answer, but Zelenskyy does in my opinion very well to.
He's bringing a bit of I thought Zelenskyy tried to bring a bit of humor in it, to diffuse the situation straight away. I thought was good. I mean, he's definitely. I don't want to call it learned, but I guess learned from the first situation. But and for anyone that's coming new to the stream, guys, there's like issues with all the streams in Europe, so try to use a VPN. Or you just listen, I guess, without looking at the visuals.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
For me even to ask this, but do you think the American media really doesn't even want a peace deal because they've been so critical of you every step of the way as you lead the charge for peace?
It's an amazing phenomenon. I said that if in the settlement you got Moscow, St. Petersburg, and thousands of miles around them, they would say, I made a bad deal. The level of hatred and animosity is incredible. Not with all. I mean, we have great people up here. We also have terrible people up there that I think are told what to say. But, in solving all of these wars, they don't even write about it. I saw major wars. I saw wars that have been going on for 31, 35, and 37, and a couple of quicker ones. One that was going to go into a full-blown deal very quickly. The one I'm talking about, it was a big one. But they don't even write about that. No matter what I do, no matter what, and this is not anything to do with you. It's probably to your advantage in a certain way. But no matter what I do, no matter what deal I make, from my standpoint, you'll come out good. Maybe President Putin will come out good. But they'll say, Trump was absolutely horrible. It's just that, and I've lived with that for a long time. I've lived with it since just before the first election. I used to get great publicity. Now I get the worst publicity anyone's ever gotten in office, but I won in a landslide, so that people understand. They're the only ones that count, ultimately. But I've also had great reporters. I've had journalists that are very good. But it's very sad when you do the right thing. As an example, they said, because of the fact that Vladimir Putin came to American soil, this was a tremendous defeat for Donald Trump. No, it was really wonderful that he did it. It was a hard thing for him to do, to be honest with you. It was the opposite of what they said.
It's very hard to do.
But they said it. Now, if he didn't come, they'd say that was also bad for Trump. You know, there's no way. And there's just a great dishonesty of the press, and I think that's why it's lost its credibility. You know, its credibility is at an all-time low. We have a thing going on right now in D.C. We went from the most unsafe place anywhere to a place that now friends are calling me up, Democrats are calling me up, and they're saying, sir, I want to thank you. My wife and I went out to dinner last night for the first time in 4 years, and Washington, D.C. is safe, and you did that in 4 days. I'll tell you, it's safe. I had another friend of mine, he has a son who's a great golfer, he's on tour, and he came in 4th yesterday in the big tournament where Scotty Scheffler made the great shot, and he said his son is going to dinner in Washington, D.C. tonight. I said, would you have allowed that to happen a year ago? He said, no way, no way. He said, what you've done is incredible. And I think the people realize it. But the press says, he's a dictator, he's trying to take over. No, all I want is security for our people. But people that haven't gone out to dinner in Washington, D.C. in 2 years are going out to dinner. And the restaurants the last 2 days were busier than they've been in a long time. Thank you.
I walked around yesterday with MTG. If you can walk around with DC with MTG and not be attacked, the city is safe.
Same guy again.
Yeah, it's always the same guy, isn't it?
Yeah. He's getting all the questions.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No. It's the topic itself of what he was talking about, the DC, the National Guard deployment to DC. It's like, I mean, it's completely off topic from what we're talking about tonight, but it is yeah, there's a whole host of other issues wrong with that. We don't have to get into it now. But, yeah.
I love Thor's comment. The more he mumbles about U.S. domestic stuff, the less damage he makes around the world.
Yeah, just keep mumbling about US politics. That's fine.
Yeah. I just think it's incredible how he always makes everything about himself. Like, I've been unfairly treated, me this, me that. And really, I mean, we'll continue watching, but let's see if we can actually name the 6 wars that he keeps on claiming that he solved. I mean, but we'll do that. Let people think in the chat. Maybe mention if you can name them, and we'll continue watching. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. President. Last week, you warned of what you called severe consequences if a 30-day ceasefire or any type of ceasefire were not agreed to by Russia. Will there be severe consequences? Does that change because of
I don't think you need a ceasefire. You know, if you look at the 6 deals that I settled this year, they were all at war.
Again, 6 deals.
I didn't do any ceasefires. And I know that it might be good to have, but I can also understand.
What was Israel? Wasn't there a ceasefire there for a few
one
days?
country or the other wouldn't want it. You have a ceasefire and they rebuild and rebuild and rebuild, and you know, maybe they don't want that. But if you look at the 6 deals that we made peace and you know, long-term, long-running wars, I didn't do any ceasefires. Would I like the concept, you know, I like the concept of a ceasefire for one reason, because you'd stop killing people immediately, as opposed to in 2 weeks or 1 week or whatever it takes. But we can work a deal where we're working on a peace deal while they're fighting. They have to fight. I wish they could stop. I'd like them to stop. But strategically, that could be a disadvantage for one side or the other. But all of these deals I made without even the mention of the words ceasefire.
Sorry, I'm going to have to attack him there, because last week, again, I have to say it, all he talked about was ceasefire.
Yeah.
And now he claims that he's never talked about ceasefire ever, and it's just not true. I mean, it's hard to watch sometimes.
It is very hard to watch, and there's such a high volume of claims and things being said that I really, it's almost like another live stream worthy of where you take one of these, you analyze it, and every claim you make, you just kind of look around a little bit, Google out a little. What did he say? Is it true? And you can just get so much wrong, or like fake information from this guy. It's very disheartening.
Elliot, another question. I found another stream that's working, but I don't think it's the issue that we're showing this stream on our stream, is it?
No, that's not the issue. That's right. You're just watching a YouTube stream.
Yeah. President Zelenskyy, can you explain the decision to offer Ukraine Article 5 like security guarantees, but stop?
Interesting question.
pushing for their full membership.
Yeah, well, we haven't done anything on that yet. If you look back and you go back long before President Putin, it was always a statement that they would never allow Ukraine into NATO. So that was a statement that was made, but we haven't discussed any of that yet. We're going to be discussing it today, but we will give them very good protection, very good security. That's part of it. And the people that are waiting for us, they are, I think they're very like-minded. They want to help out all.
Thank you, President. Thank you, President Trump.
Are you disappointed there's no
The
President?
The United States has already given hundreds of billions of dollars to this war effort in Ukraine. At best, it is a stalemate, and the killing continues. So, President Trump, how much more is the United States willing to give Ukraine? And President Zelenskyy, how much more do you want?
Well, I'll start off just by saying we're not giving anything now. We're selling weapons. This is something before, I guess the number is well over $300 billion. That was under Joe Biden, a corrupt politician.
I think it's the fourth time you mentioned Joe.
I think that's fourth time
Not
Biden.
a smart man. Never was. By the way, go back 40 years. He was not a smart man 40 years ago either. But now he's in particular bad. This was done by a corrupt administration that shouldn't have been in. And frankly, if the right results of the election were given, if I were president, this war would have never taken place. And he would have been very happy, because he would have liked to have seen. I mean, they went through hell. He went through hell. This war would have never happened, and the people that were killed, a couple of million people, a lot of people with soldiers and everything else, and the people that have been displaced and forced into other areas and other countries because of what's happened, none of that would have happened. And I'm just saying that he was a horrible president, whether it was the borders or this.
What are we talking about?
Just a horrible, corrupt president.
I can. Thank you so much. So first of all, we have possibility now to buy weapons from the United States. We are thankful for this program and this opportunity. We are thankful for Europe. They pay for this. And through NATO program, for example, Pearl and etc., we have some programs where we can have some money to finance this. And this is a part, I think, it's not a part for the war and to defend us. It also will be a part for security guarantees, to strengthen our army, to rearm Ukrainian army. This is very, very important. And it depends how much money we need to rearm. For example, the question of air defense, we spoke about it with President Trump, and I'm happy that we have now bilateral decisions and we work on it with production, American production. Nobody in Europe has so many air defense like Patriots, for example. We need it very much, and this is also about defending.
By the way, Elliot, keep pausing, but it doesn't matter. I think that deal, right? That I think it was Rutte and Merz that brokered it, right? That the Europeans buy weapons from the States and they go to Ukraine.
Yeah.
But a masterstroke.
Yeah.
I think so, because, Trump has a good story at home. He said, "Oh, we're not paying. We're actually having a massive benefit of it because
they're buying it."
Exactly. And at the same time, we're still helping Ukraine. Of course, long term, we'd like to not buy American weapons, but for now, that seems like a pretty masterful deal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's let's say it's a lot easier to make a deal when you're paying the full price for equipment, right? I mean, that's why they're there. That's why Americans make them. They're there, well, one for their own army, but then others to be sold. And if your European allies are saying, "I'm going to buy more American weapons," then of course, you're going to be happy about that. So it's good when it comes to defense, but it costs money, is what I'm saying. And delivering old military tech. Obviously, Patriot is not old, but for the large stockpiles that the US has. Yeah, it's no longer charitable, or it's no longer giving away for free.
Exactly. It's actually helping their business or their economy even. And SS929, very quickly, we're watching the Oval Office meeting between Zelenskyy and Trump about finishing or getting some kind of deal for Ukraine versus Russia, which of course looks unlikely.
I think the good news, we make the best military equipment in the world by far. You mentioned the Patriots. How good are they?
Systems.
We have systems, they're literally 100% foolproof. And it's really like shooting two bullets, two bullets hitting each other in the air in a space like this. The chance is 100%. It's 99 to 100%. So we sell the equipment to NATO. And NATO does what, I don't know what the arrangement is that you have with, but I know that they want you to have that equipment.
He doesn't know.
And we're getting the best equipment in the world, but they pay us for the equipment. Under Biden, it was just crazy what was going on. I believe the number is over 300. I think it could be $350 billion worth of equipment and money and everything else. And we've made more progress in settling this war in the last 2 months than they made in 4 years. This should have been settled a long time ago, but it should have never happened. Yeah, please.
You pushed out on social media.
Brian, go first.
You pushed out on social media about doing away with mail-in ballots and potentially electronic voting machines. Can you expand on that and how important that is?
Well, that's a very off-topic, just really quickly. Mail-in ballots are corrupt. Mail-in ballots, you can never have a real democracy with mail-in ballots.
Domestic issues.
And we, as a Republican Party, are going to do everything possible that we get rid of mail-in ballots. We're going to start with an executive order that's being written right now by the best lawyers in the country to end mail-in ballots because they're corrupt. And you know that we're the only country in the world, I believe, I may be wrong, but just about the only country in the world that uses them because of what's happened, massive fraud all over the place. The other thing we want change are the machines. For all of the money they spend, it's approximately 10 times more expensive than paper ballots. And paper ballots are very sophisticated with the watermark paper and everything else. We would get secure elections, we'd get much faster results. The machines, I mean, they say we're going to have the results in 2 weeks. With paper ballots, you have the results that night. Most people, but most people, many countries use paper ballots. It's the most secure form. So between paper ballots, very, very important, paper ballots, and I think maybe even more important, the mail-in voting. We're going to end mail-in voting. It's a fraud. If you have mail-in vote, even Jimmy Carter with this commission, they set it up. He said the one thing about mail-in voting, you will never have an honest election if you have mail-in. And it's time that the Republicans get tough and stop it because the Democrats want it. It's the only way they can get elected. Because with men and women's sports and with transgender for everybody and open borders and all of the horrible things, and now the new thing is they love crime. They're fighting me on the fact that I've made Washington, D.C. safe. We're not going to get mugged, beaten up, or killed like all the people you've been watching get so badly hurt. I'm glad, I hate to take your time with this, but I'm glad you asked me that question. We're going to stop mail-in ballots because
we can
it's
probably
corrupt.
put it on like 1.5. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's almost done, so it's a couple minutes left. But yeah, we keep going on domestic issues. I mean, the whole reason you like mail-in voting, isn't that like Democrats mainly use mail-in voting, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the topic here? I mean,
no. I think this. I mean, this has been not really much of a talking point yet, but since a few days ago, I think in his conversation with Putin, they talked about the mail-in voting, and now he is absolutely convinced that this is the devil's spawn itself. I think when we go back to the numbers, Democrats had more voters through mail-in.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that's okay. I don't want to say anything so because I am not too well read up on it. So, but then we go to transgender stuff and DC back again. So, so someone asked as well, are we going to be commenting throughout this interview? We're always going to trying to find the balance between how much should we show and how much should we talk. But this is
And basically, we're mainly looking for Ukraine topics, right? Not the ones that are internal. But let's continue. Let's see if there's anything left in Ukraine.
When you go to a voting booth and you do it the right way, and you go to a state that runs it properly, you go in. They even asked me. They asked me for my license plate for identity. I said, I don't know if I have it. They said, sir, you have to have it. I was very impressed, actually. But it's very hard to cheat with mail-in voting. As you know what happens in California, it's so corrupt, where some people get 5, 6, 7 ballots delivered to them. Now, we got to stop mail-in voting, and the Republicans have to lead the charge. The Democrats want it because they have horrible policy. If you have mail-in voting, you're not going to have many Democrats get elected. That's bigger than anything having to do with redistricting, believe me. And the Republicans have to get smart. We're not going to have a country. I said for a long time at rallies, you need borders and you need free and fair elections. Those two things. Otherwise, you don't have. We have strong borders now. In 90 days, Mr. President, we didn't have 0 in 3 months. Not one person came in illegally into our country. In fact, even I find that hard to believe, but it's run by a little bit of a liberal group that put out the numbers, so I guess it's, but 0, 0, and 0. You go back a year ago, 2 years ago, millions of people poured into our country.
We're back.
Thank you very much.
We're back. What security guarantees do you need from President Trump to be able to make a deal? Is it American troops, intelligence, equipment? What is it?
Everything.
Yeah,
Really,
very easy.
It includes two parts. First, strong Ukrainian army. That's what I began to discuss with your colleagues. And it's a lot about weapon and then people and training missions and intelligence. And second, we will.
Oh no, you've got to be joking.
Just when we're back, the live stream that we're watching goes out. That is great.
1 second, I'm going to look for another one. This is incredible.
All the more reason why we need a European alternative for YouTube.
Yeah, it's really true. 1 second. Hang in there, guys. Trump live stream. If I can even find one. AP maybe? Is that working?
Some people were saying AP was down. But
Yeah,
maybe they're
AP's
back
down.
now.
AP's down. Sky News down.
So Sky News is also down?
Sky News is down for me, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, someone really didn't want us to watch this debate or this conference.
It's unbelievable. This is such a shame, man.
Until the end. Well, I think it kind of is done anyways, right? Zelenskyy at the end was saying that they need everything. Can you hold the cursor on the timeline? So
Over the years, they're great people. They're smart.
There we go.
They're energetic. They love their country. I mean, they love their country, and we want to get this war ended. That's all I can do. I love the Ukrainian people, but I love all people. I love the Russian people. I love them all. I want to get the war stopped.
All of them.
Very important.
Mr. President, was there any aspect of your discussion with Vladimir Putin that left you disappointed?
Oh.
Look, we just spoke to, I was just telling the president, I just spoke to President Putin indirectly, and we're going to have a phone call right after these meetings today. And we may or may not have a trilat. If we don't have a trilat, then the fighting continues. And if we do, we have a good chance. I think if we have a trilat, there's a good chance of maybe ending it. But he's expecting my call when we're finished with this meeting.
No answer.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
Wow. Okay. That was a messy stream, Elliot. So it's over, though, at least this part.
Yeah, this part is over.
And just like quickly for anyone that jumped on the stream new, again, we're sorry for the bad quality, but it actually wasn't us, it was YouTube. And what happens now is that they're going to meet with the European leaders. So 7 or 6 European leaders are there too, behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And then eventually they might, well, I don't think anything will be decided, but they will talk and we'll probably get a conclusion from there too, right, Elliot?
I think so, but that will be later tonight for European time zones, right?
Yeah.
And will something be decided? I don't know. This did really give me much confidence. I feel like the prediction was rather there.
Yeah, I mean it's in the middle of the. Again, it's not bad, it's not good, it's just neutral. It could have gone a lot worse, if you ask me. It could have gone a lot better too. I was impressed with Zelenskyy. I think he did handle it way better than the first time, I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can't really add much more. Go ahead. You wanted to say because?
No. Yeah, because last time, even though I don't think it was his fault, I do think, I mean, this will be controversial, but I do think he probably could have handled himself better in a couple of questions. But like being ambushed like that, I think and most people would have a hard time, right?
Yeah, and also at the same time, I really don't think, honestly, that if he would have said anything else, that it would have gone better. Like I'm fully on the side where this was all pre-planned. It doesn't matter what he would have said; they would have gone on to him like this. It's not like you don't do this without any previous or earlier conversation about strategy during the meeting. You don't just start lashing out like this because you're emotional. So I even though he would have answered perfectly, I think he would still be attacked regardless.
Yeah. Hanzo in the comments, like, don't take it the wrong way, man. Like, I don't think most people wouldn't have handled it better, and that was completely wrong. But maybe he could have been, when he was attacked by Vance about being thankful for America, he could have just gone like very much like, oh wow, sorry. I mean, let me make it super obvious to everyone. Thank you, Trump. Thank you, America. And like go to the like thank you tour, and that might have cooled things down. I'm just saying those are examples. No one likes seeing it, and I do think obviously that Vance and Trump were more in the wrong, but yeah, that was my idea. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it. And I mean, now
let me ask. Sorry. Let me ask you one thing, Elliot. Do you think it was good that Zelensky put on a suit, like, or what he wore, or do you think we should have just stuck with his horses?
I mean, I'm a person of principle. So if you decide to not wear a suit because your country's at war, and you've done that for the past 3 years, I feel like it's your goddamn right to keep doing that.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, now everyone is on the Trump ass-kissing tour, which makes sense. I mean, America still is the largest economy, it's the largest military by far, so people want to be on the good side, and that's what you have to do with Trump, is you have to be nice to him, and you have to listen to what he says. So, with that regard, it's probably politically smarter. Yeah. Personally, I think it's a little bit meh.
I think it is politically smart, and I agree with you, Elliot, but I think it is politically smarter because it just gets one of those questions completely out of the way, right?
Yeah. And he made a thing out of it as well, with the reporter.
Yeah, he did. He kind of diffused the situation by making a joke out of it.
Yeah, which helps.
Or Toot says Zelensky wore a suit to mock everyone. Yeah,
Mog. It's a term hip with the youngsters. It's,
oh really?
Yeah, it's it is to look better, or to look better than everyone else in the room.
Damn. Okay, I'm getting too old, man. I don't even know the slang anymore.
This one I still know, luckily.
Yeah. Okay, it's the same one he wore to the NATO summit. I didn't know. Okay, interesting.
Actually, yeah. I mean, I did watch a lot of. I'm thinking back. I did watch a lot of NATO summit footage, but I guess I didn't really watch Zelensky. Well, here we are. Missed that one. My bad.
Okay, so anyway, I think conclusions are nothing new. I think we'll learn a lot more in the next couple hours when they talk with the European leaders. Any questions in the chat before? I don't know, Elliot. I think we can almost wrap it up, right?
Yeah, we can soon wrap it up. But I don't know. I'm very, very interested to know what's going to come out of that EU leader meeting. Like, what I would love is to have almost like a panel discussion with the European leaders there as well, where they talk about this, and then to like kind of get their opinion on it, or like their takes. That would be very interesting. But I guess that will never really work, except for a summit or something. I don't know.
I would just love to be a fly on the wall, listen to what they're talking about.
Yeah, that would be good.
I don't, because Trump seemed very confident, at least, that he's going to like get something out of tonight.
Yeah.
So I wonder what it is.
All right. Yeah, it looks a bit empty, and also, I mean, it was very, very horrible timing. I'm very curious what happened to the European YouTube servers, because so many people had issues. But I mean, good news. This YouTube stream should be uploaded in full afterwards. So if you want to listen to it as a podcast, you should be able to. I hope it doesn't like mess up with the uploading now because of the issues. But some people are saying the stream is back. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for watching. And if there's something big tonight, we'll create a video on it, and then you'll have something to watch tomorrow if you want. And otherwise, good night, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching. See you on the next stream. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.